self-love, self-worth and self-respect. There is a reason that they all start with self. So you can't find them in anyone else. Hello everyone, my name is Namita. Welcome to my channel, and as we all know that we are left with just 2 more months in this year 2022. So I just thought of sharing 6 things that we all need to master before this year ends so that we can enter the new year 2023 with a better mindset, so that we can leave certain baggages, sorrows and sadness in this year only and can start afresh in the new year with our improved selves. We can be a better version to begin the new year. So that is why there are certain skills which we need to master now in these remaining 2 months and start a beautiful year. So the first thing that we need to master is that don't beg people to stay. The right people will know your worth. Now the thing is that we are caught up in certain relationships where there is no mutual respect. We are not on an equal level. These people treat us like we don't even exist, but we keep begging them for their attention, for their company, for respect, for cooperation, for support. The actual relationships are meant to do all these things. These relationships should help us grow, but we have been taught to sacrifice, make compromises and adjustments when it comes to relationships. It is true that no relationship can survive without adjustments and compromises, but you are not supposed to sacrifice your self-respect. If the relationships are not equal, if the people you are dealing with, you have to beg them for love and respect, then what is the point of having such friendships, such relationships, such bondings? There is no point. Your self-respect comes on the top. Here I'm not just talking about the love or romantic relationships. I'm talking about all the relationships. Notice that even in your family, your friends, are you getting equal amount of respect as you are giving them? Do these people know your worth, or they are allowed to treat you in any which way? These people don't respect your boundaries. They are never there when you really need them. In family get-togethers, in occasions where you all come together, how do they make you feel? Do you feel important, or do you feel unwanted, uninvited? If these things are happening, you have to stop begging for their attention. If they are not giving it to you, instead of running after the reasons why they are not giving attention to us, why they are not with us, why don't they consider us important, rather than thinking about it, just pay attention to how you are supposed to deal with it. See, the thing is that we are so scared of being alone, and this is the reason that we keep running after these people for their company. But we don't realize that bad relationships or unequal relationships can make us even more lonely. Yes, these kind of relationships make us feel lonelier, and loneliness in relationships is worst. You are alone and you're feeling lonely is okay, but you are in a relationship or you are with people, still you are feeling lonely. It's a pathetic condition to be in. So this year, let's promise ourselves that we will not beg people who don't know our worth, who don't consider us equal, who are not ready to be on the same page with us. We will not beg for their attention, for their importance, for their love, for their respect. We will be our own best companion. Let us love ourselves unconditionally. Let us start respecting ourselves. So if we know our worth, we will be with the right people. So the people would also know our worth. So let's be worthy of our own company first of all. Now the second thing that we need to do is choose people who choose you. We all talk about one-sided love, that okay, we are in love with someone from our own side. But it's not wise to choose people who don't choose you. Again, it comes down to your self-worth, your self-respect, that these people don't have the same feelings as you have for them. So for how long do you think that relationship can go if the person doesn't feel the same for you? Ultimately, you are going to feel bad when you are not treated equally. So don't choose such people who are already showing you that you are not important for them. Choose people who are there by your side all the time when you need them. And there are so many people who love us a lot, but the thing is, we always are running after those relationships and those people who don't value us. So let's start paying attention to the people who have been very good with us all through our journey. So it will be good for us only if we choose people who are choosing us, rather than people for whom we don't exist. For those people, we are not even important. They don't even need us. We are just somewhere getting attached to them because we believe we love them. Ultimately, when we start turning that love into relationship, it has to be a work from both the sides. You cannot run a one-sided relationship for long. So choose people who choose you. The third thing that we need to master is chase dreams, not people. In the first 2 points, I was talking about people, but now I would like to say that if we discuss more of ideas, more of dreams, more of goals, then we will not have time for the people who don't value us. If we are always running after people, we will not have enough time to run after our own dreams, our own ideas, our own goals. What are the expectations that we have from our own self? If we are always talking about people doing wrong with us, if we are always caught up in this relationship thing, we will never be able to do what we are meant to do with our lives. Let's find our own purpose and let's start focusing on our dreams, because people would not give us the amount of happiness which our fulfilled dreams will give us. So let's do one thing. When we start this new year, let's focus more on our dreams. Let's start planning for how we are going to achieve them. Let's pay attention to each and every step which will take us closer to the dreams. The right people will ultimately follow us, and those who won't are not our people. It's as simple to understand. Now the fourth thing is accept what you cannot change and focus on things that you can change. Now there are going to be things in our life which we cannot change, like some family members we cannot change, the people we are born with, our financial status, or the background which we were born in is something which cannot be changed in the past, but now in present we can work on it and change our future, right? We cannot change our physical appearance, we cannot change a lot of physical features of ours, we cannot change this whole country, we cannot change the mindset of the society, but we can change how we behave to every single aspect. We can change our perspectives, we can change our mindset to deal with all the things better, in a better way. Challenges would always be there, from within and from the outside world. It's not possible that we have a challenge-free life. So we cannot really change the challenges, we cannot really change the people around us. There are people who would make us feel very small, who would humiliate us, who would treat us in a wrong way. We cannot change their behavior, but we can change our own reaction to it. So you have to identify the things that you can change, you have control over. Change them, but there would always be things which you cannot change. So you will either react to those things in a better way, or you would completely distance yourself from such situations and people which are constantly hurting you. So that's all you can do. First of all, identify the things that you can change and identify the things you have no control over, and then you will understand how to deal with both the things accordingly. The fifth thing is take care of yourself, and this is something which no one tells us, that self-care means self-respect. We are so busy taking care of people around us because we are adults. We have to fulfill a lot of responsibilities. As I already told you, that we need to make a lot of sacrifices, adjustments, compromises. We have to be on our toes to fulfill all the chores, the activities of the day, that somewhere self-care takes a back seat, and this is a big problem. If we start paying attention to our own needs, if we start taking care of our own self, our productivity would increase, our energy levels would be high. but we don't have time for it. We have time for everything else. We have time for the technology, we have time for our jobs, we have time for everything, but we don't have time for our own selves. We believe that if we are taking care of other people, they should also take care of us. If we are loving them, they should also love us. But this is something which never happens. They will not take care of you. Your care, your love is your responsibility. Start taking care of your own self. This means that you respect yourself. This is not a selfish thing. We believe that taking care of oneself is selfish. No, it is self-respect. When you choose yourself over everybody else, it means that you respect yourself enough, and the other person would also respect you in return. So from this year, start taking care of yourself first. Only then you will be able to provide for other people. Only then you will be able to fulfill all your responsibilities for other people. So make yourself a priority. Okay, now the sixth and the last thing is, be with people who you don't need to impress. People who genuinely like you for you. So I have noticed that I have been into so many relationships where I could not be my own self. We pretend most of the times with relationships, even with the closest family members, we just pretend. We are not our real selves, and not just family members, with a lot of friends. In a lot of relationships, we are just pretending. We can't be ourselves. Now, it might be something with us, but it has a lot to do with the relationship dynamics, that these people would not accept you for what you really are. They want you to be a certain way so that they can keep meeting you, or they can keep sharing a bond with you. Notice that, are you just yourself when you are with these people, or you're just trying to impress them? When we have to work on impressing other people, that means that these relationships are fake. These are not real. So these relationships can't make us feel at ease. We would always feel burdened when we have to meet these people. Are you hanging around with your clan? Are you hanging around with people who make you feel yourself, who are ready to accept you for what you are, who are giving you respect for your real self? Or they just want you to keep impressing them, either with gifts or with a certain kind of behavior, or you have to keep praising them all the time. You have to appreciating their efforts, their increments, their promotions, their buying a house, their having a new car. Is it all about them, or is it about you also? The whole scenario and the whole society has become such that we have to pretend. People are fake, especially with social media. You can't be real because people are comparing their own lives with social media. No one is real. That is why the relationships are also getting fake. But this doesn't mean that we have stopped getting into real relationships. There are still people who are there to value you. Start noticing. As I always say, that keep identifying your real people. It is sometimes not the blood relationships which are your true bonding. Sometimes you can find those true bonds, true friends, even in the people who are not related to you by blood. So find your own people, identify who are your true people, who are ready to accept you for your real self. So these 2 months we will spend a lot of time working on our own improvement. We will try to be our better versions. We will try to enter the new year with a lot of lighter heart. We will not carry all the baggage which we have brought till here to the next year, so that we can start moving closer towards our goals and dreams. We should not always feel caught up into relationships, wrong bondings and friendships which are toxic. We need to break this whole cycle. We have to first of all identify, are we on the right path? If we are not, then we should start deviating from the wrong one and start moving on the right one. It's as simple as that. So let's enter the new year with new spirits, with happier minds and with content hearts. So on this positive note, I'm going to end this video. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, take care of yourself. Keep working on your self-improvement. Bye-bye for now.